Here are 10 of the worst Treehouse of Horror segments. Homer and Marge work as assassins, but they both keep it a secret from one another. Mr. and Mrs. Simpson, the second segment of Treehouse of Horror 18, opens with Marge and Homer at a therapist's office talking about how they've grown apart. Homer says that the problem is that
you don't share my interest in not being with you.
Another thing, I don't know where you go at night.
Well, if you don't have trust, what do you have? Later, Homer went to the bathroom and he pushed a button that completely transformed it. He got a call from Mr. Burns saying he wants Kent Brockman eliminated.
I'll handle this cleanly, quietly, and Bart!
What?
Maybe his job as an assassin would be easier without kids. Homer tells Marge that he's going to be late that night, and Marge tells him she also won't be home.
Mom, I'm flipping over wheelbarrows in case it rains.
Have fun at your crazy-sounding thing.
And somehow, they don't suspect a thing. Homer climbs the 9th floor of a building next to the party Kent Brockman was at, but then some woman slipped in front of him just as Homer was about to shoot.
Out of my way, mystery skank.
If only he knew he was talking about his wife. The woman kills Kent Brockman right in front of Homer.
Now I don't get paid.
I don't think that's the worst of your problems. Homer goes to shoot the mystery woman, but then...
Marge is a professional assassin.
Yes, and you're just an assassin, because I definitely wouldn't call Homer a professional. Marge comes home and she goes to unload the dishwasher.
You just can't get Russian gangster blood out. Must be something to eat.
Of course, she could wash her machete in there. No one would ever bother unloading it. Homer comes home and sees the wig Marge was wearing, and he asks her about it.
Hey, what's that?
A blender cozy.
And he believed it? Marge makes Homer her killer lasagna, and he's suspicious about it, because he thinks she might have poisoned it.
Whatever you do, don't eat it. Okay, you're already eating it, but don't finish it.
Like he can resist lasagna.
You moron, just kill her! I'll kill her after dessert!
Maybe don't announce it. They start shooting each other and missing every time. Some assassins they are. Marge asks Homer how could he not tell her he was an assassin.
How could you not tell me?
I told you 20 times. You never listen.
Typical. Homer tries to strike a deal with Marge. He does the killing while she stays at home with the kids.
I get $50,000 a hit. How much do you make?
I just get to keep whatever's in the guy's wallet.
Oh, Homer. Played by Mr. Burns again. Marge goes nuts, realizing that...
You are out killing people?
I was out getting drunk, then killing people!
How responsible. Homer and Marge keep fighting and trashing the house when Bart and Lisa come down and ask if they're fighting because of them. Homer tells them that they weren't fighting and bribes them with ice cream in bed. Marge is annoyed because now the kids are going to have stomach aches tomorrow.
And where will Super Dan be then?
At your funeral.
Didn't expect such a good answer from Homer. Chief Wiggum comes in and says that he got an anonymous call from a certain neighborino about...
an elaborately choreographed high-octane ultra fight.
Marge shoots him, and it turns Homer on.
I love watching you do other guys.
I'd like to see you do a guy sometime.
Okay, now we're getting into fantasies I don't feel comfortable knowing about.
So killing people together has really spiced things up in the bedroom.
Unfortunately, Skinner didn't need to know about that either.
I called you here to discuss your son's misbehavior on the school bus.
I'd say the parody in itself isn't so bad, but there's just no horror, and they learned absolutely nothing from it, because this wasn't the first time the writers pulled something like this. Bart and Lisa go to wizard school, and Bart helps Mr. Burns get Lisa's power because of his jealousy. Whiz Kids, the last segment of Treehouse of Horror 12, a Harry Potter parody, opens with Bart and Lisa going to wizard school.
Stop zapping yourself! Stop zapping yourself! Stop zapping yourself!
Giving powers to bullies. I don't want to live in that world. Mrs. Krabappel walks in and she sees Harry Potter chewing gum.
Harry Potter, are you chewing gum?
No, ma'am. It's brimstone.
So we have Harry Potter also. How nice. Mrs. Krabappel said that it'd be good to practice Toad to Prince spells.
Hocus crocus.
Oh, excellent, Lisa. A+. And we'll discuss your grade over breakfast.
Mrs. Krabappel, have some dignity. She comes over to Bart and she asks him if he studied his spell book, or...
Did your fairy godmother die again?
I studied. Abraca! Turn into a prince guy?
Not only is that not charming, it's repulsive.
Lisa's casting spells at an 8th grade level. You've sinned against nature.
Couldn't have put that better myself. Bart and Lisa start fighting and she turns Bart's head into a zeppelin.
Head Zeppelin!
She really does have godlike powers. Meanwhile, they were being watched by Mr. Burns.
She's got more wicked witchery than Stevie Nicks.
Didn't know Burnsy was a Stevie Nicks fan. Burns tells Smithers, or should I say Slithers, that they need to capture Lisa Simpson so he could steal her magical essence. But he realizes they can't attack her while she has her wand.
We'll need a go-between to get it away from her.
How about Satan?
The fact that Satan works for Mr. Burns is oddly disturbing. They get Bart, and Mr. Burns asks him if he'd be interested in humiliating his sister.
I'd like that very much.
Now, it would involve betrayal and unspeakable evil.
Hey, you made your sale.
That's all Bart needed to hear. The school holds a spell casting contest, and Lisa is up next.
Tonight, she'll perform the classic levitating dragon trick.
We'll see about that.
Lisa comes out on stage, and the dragon is released.
She'll be killed.
My sweet little angel!
Of course he's watching a game. But since Bart swapped out her wand, she might actually be killed.
It's a Twizzler.
Everyone starts running away, and the dragon turns back into Mr. Burns.
The Dark Lord Monty Mort, absorber of souls, sucker of essence.
So basically Mr. Burns in every episode. Bart sees Mr. Burns sucking out Lisa's essence and realizes it's his fault.
Prank be undone. Destroy the evil one. Not me.
Hey, he had it coming. Bart uses what's left of the wand to poke Mr. Burns in his leg.
My enchanted chin! How did you know that was the source of my power?
Lucky guess. Mr. Burns dies and Lisa is saved. No thanks to Bart.
In death, we shall be together always.
That's awfully disturbing. Lisa tells Bart that they should put their rivalry aside.
Even if you never become a great sorcerer, you're still an okay brother. Thanks, Lise.
But as if Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Harry Potter weren't enough, they had to go at it again and do a Twilight parody, which is somehow worse than the previous two. The last segment of Treehouse of Horror 21, Tweenlight, a Twilight parody, opens with Bart and Lisa at school and they see a bunch of girls drooling over some guy.
Well, he is cute, but I'm sure a boy like him would never say hello to me.
Hello.
Lisa, Springfield's local pick-me girl. As they were talking, Otto almost runs Lisa over, but the guy stops the bus with his hand. Lisa is shocked by his superhuman strength, and she asks him how he did that.
Oh, it's these cheap school buses with their squishy metal.
Yeah, sure, it's the bus. He takes Lisa away and he shows her his vampire teeth.
I should be scared, but I'm not.
Let us move between the trees the way a bat does, by jumping.
I don't think that's the way a bat moves. Lisa invited her new boyfriend for dinner and she tells her family,
Edmund's almost here, so please, nobody be themselves.
Edmund? They couldn't think of a more original name.
Don't stab your guest in the heart with a wooden stake. Don't ask him if he knows Frankenstein. It's racist somehow.
Things run differently in the vampire community, I guess. Edmund comes with his father, who insisted on coming along.
I'm 400 years old.
You live in my crypt, you play by my rules.
He's 400 and Lisa is 8. That doesn't bother anyone. Dinner runs smoothly, but both Edmund's father and Homer are embarrassing, so Lisa and Edmund fly away.
Get them back. She can't get neck holes. It's picture day tomorrow.
That's the only thing you're worried about. Picture day. Homer and Dracula see Edmund and Lisa on top of a tower. Lisa tells Edmund to bite her so they can both be vampires, but Dracula doesn't like that.
Get your neck away from my son's teeth, you evil temptress.
That's the first time I heard a vampire doesn't want to turn a human, except in Vampire Diaries. That Stefan is a real wuss. Lisa says she doesn't want to take Edmund away, she just wants to help combat vampire stereotypes.
Bite her, my son, and you both will be 8 forever.
8? Forever? Whoa.
That doesn't sound so tempting now, does it, Lisa? Lisa says she can't spend eternity using kid scissors.
Too late! The bloodlust is upon me.
Back off, you unholy dreamboat! Ha!
A cross? Doesn't that repel the devil? I guess anything goes in Treehouse of Horror.
Pretty ironic. A cross being used to kill someone.
He wouldn't be calling it ironic if he paid more attention at church. Dracula protects Edmund, and Homer is shocked that vampires love their children too. Dracula tells them that when Edmund was a baby,
I'd sneak up to his crib in the middle of the day to make sure he was still not breathing.
at least one of them is a caring father. Just kidding, don't come for me. Edmund tries to bite Lisa, but Homer steps in front of her.
Well, nobody loves its kids more than me! Come and get it!
They start sucking Homer's blood, but then,
His blood, it's full of cholesterol.
And not the good kind.
in any other situation, that wouldn't be something you'd want to be proud of. Homer is happy that he defeated them, but then Lisa points out that they turned him into a vampire.
Yes, I can fly! See you back at the house! Uh-oh. No!
That's one fat bat. The next segment isn't a direct parody of a movie, but still, that doesn't make it any better. In fact, it makes it more disgusting. Homer gets bitten by a spider and becomes paralyzed. The Diving Bell and Butterball, the first segment of Treehouse of Horror 22, opens with Marge and the kids standing over Homer.
So far, a normal Sunday morning.
Homie, you're paralyzed.
That took a dark turn pretty quick. Homer realizes what's going on and he tries to recall what happened. Homer remembers that he was decorating the house for Halloween.
Ah, Halloween. The one time a year when the squalor of our home works to our advantage.
Maybe you should get those cracks fixed, Homer. Homer put his hand in the decorations box looking for the fake spider, but he accidentally picked up the real one.
A real spider would get so mad if I did this. It's alive!
Did you not get that from the soft structure, temperature, anything? The spider bites Homer and he falls to the ground.
Well, at least I still look good.
If you call that good, sure, you look amazing. Marge comes over and dresses Homer for a night out.
This is the purest love there is. Patient, supportive. Ooh, cleavage.
I guess not even paralysis can stop Homer's urges. The next day, Lisa comes to Homer to keep him company by reading to him the Brothers Karamazov. Not the best book option for Homer, but it's the thought that counts.
She's still on the first sentence. Let's make her stop. How to express my...
Hey, that's one way to shut her up. Lisa continues, but so does Homer's farting, and she realizes he's trying to communicate.
Do you realize what this means? Well, it means that you can communicate.
His passing gas at will doesn't mean his intelligence has gone up. Lisa recites the alphabet to Homer and starts writing down what he's saying.
Amazing! Oh, but before we continue...
Smart move. Who knows how long that's gonna last. Lisa writes a letter Homer wanted to write Marge.
You are the shining light that gets me through my darkest hours. For further communication, I will require more beans.
How romantic. And smelly, but mostly romantic. Later, Homer was thinking to himself that his life isn't so bad. With the help of his family, he even published his first book.
And I finally reached a state of serenity and... Another spider!
Oh boy, here we go again.
My wrists are tingling! I feel new power surging within me!
Please don't tell me he's Spider-Man now. And we see Homer flying between buildings, roaming through air, and fighting crime.
He's got the proportionate strength of a paralyzed spider!
Forget paying for my kid's operation. I'm out of here.
But no one can escape Homer's farting spider web.
They say no two ass webs are the same. Beautiful in its way.
Maybe to you, Chief. Maybe to you. Marge comes up to Homer, saying,
Wanna go home and celebrate?
I wish I could move like him.
It's ironic that he moves more now than before he was paralyzed. For some reason, the writers just couldn't give up on those parodies. And this one, again, tops the previous ones. Bart's toys come to life to get revenge on Bart for years of torture. Toy Gory, the first segment of Treehouse of Horror 31, opens with Bart packing up his toys for the sale. But as he told Marge, he had to say goodbye to them. And saying goodbye means destroying them in various ways.
Soak my head in pee.
He's a real menace. Marge bought Bart a new Radioactive Man toy.
The new Radioactive Man action figure with real radioactivity!
How in the world is that legal? Did Mr. Burns produce it by any chance?
Just keep away from scrotum. Grandpa, where's your scrotum?
I think it's in my other pants.
At least he knows he has one. When Bart left the room, his toys came to life and Radioactive Man said he finally has a sweet and kind boy.
Sweet and kind. He's the reason Jack won't come out of his box.
Is he out there?
Oh, Bart, what did you do? Radioactive Man didn't seem so confident, so Krusty showed him more proof.
Tickled out Elmo and headless Malibu Stacy.
Hey, creep, my eyes are down here.
Again, good jokes, fun times, but no horror, and kind of boring. Later, Bart was playing with Radioactive Man and he put him in the microwave and forgot about him.
Inside's melting. Decals loosening.
Marge walks into the kitchen to do something.
Homer, always put a paper towel over. It's one time.
Poor Marge. The toys hold a funeral for Radioactive Man. He was shortly with them, but never forgotten.
We've gotta fight back.
I think Bart's got a riot on his hands.
Even you hate him? Gift that was never unwrapped?
Bart, you've got yourself a lot of haters. I bet you wish you didn't behead so many dolls. The toys hit Bart unconscious and bring him to the treehouse where they tie him up.
My toys, you're alive?
Bart Simpson, I'm gonna do what clowns do best. kill.
Is that a Pennywise homage? Bart says he never would have treated them badly if he knew they had feelings.
You treat me bad, and you know I have feelings. You're in on this too?
Milhouse, you deserved everything that happened to you. Milhouse tells Bart that his toys have puppy goo-goo.
They don't have me. I ran away, loser.
See, even his toy dog thinks he's a loser. The toys gather around Bart and Malibu Stacy comes up.
That's Dr. Malibu Stacy to you. I specialize in plastic surgery.
Of course she does.
You kill like a girl.
And that was the last nail in the coffin. Lisa comes out and sees Bart sitting below the tree and asks him what happened. Then she sees a string coming out of his back and she pulls it.
I'm Bart Simpson. Let's watch what you want to watch.
Oh, he's a goner. They take Bart to Dr. Hibbert and he says that Bart's bones are Tinker Toys and he has a Build-A-Bear heart, while his brain is Pop Rocks and Silly Putty.
I'm Bart Simpson. I love my mother and father.
Oh, we've lost him.
But now that they've lost one child, why not send the other to fight for basically nothing? Lisa is sent to fight in a Hunger Games type of game. Dry Hard, the first segment of Treehouse of Horror 27, starts with Lisa saying,
We didn't have much in Springfield, but we always had water. Then one day, the rain stopped. Then the rivers dried up.
The people gather to hear Mr. Burns speak, because of course in all of this he has all the remaining water.
Why do we keep re-electing this guy?
Because that's democracy for you. Mr. Burns says that to take their minds off their troubles, he'll sponsor a battle to the death among the cutest children.
Makes sense.
What sickos want to see ugly kids die?
I guess pretty privilege is a real thing. One child from each neighborhood will be selected to compete as their champion.
The last child standing on a pile of his fallen chums will win a day of aquatic fun at my personal reservoir.
The award no one wanted, but people will still make their children compete. Mr. Burns ends his message with him dripping in water, and somehow that didn't make the people rile up.
He's wasting water like a Tucson swim-up bar while I'm bathing with a dog's tongue here.
That's disgusting. Marge gets Lisa ready for battle.
I've hidden a bunch of weapons in your suit.
Lisa tells Marge she can barely move, and she falls on the ground, firing several guns.
I could use a new look.
Well, a pixie cut would do her better in that weather. Lisa is getting ready for the competition, and a man approaches her, saying his name is Homish, and he'll be her coach.
Huh. It's hard to believe you could coach anyone.
Homish says that if Lisa doesn't think he can coach her, she should watch a few hundreds of movies with characters like him.
So I sober up in the middle with no difficulty, just like real alcoholics.
Yeah, no withdrawal symptoms, just like real alcoholics. All children gather around, waiting for the games to begin.
Do not step off your pedestals before...
Before what? Whee!
Wasn't expecting anything less from Ralph. Lisa was hiding when suddenly a boy came behind her.
The only thing I want to kill is your sadness. My name is Peter, like the healthy bread.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
My name is also Peter, like the animal rights organization.
I want to puke. Thankfully for us, Homish jumps out of nowhere and stomps on both Pitas.
Did someone order 2 dead kids?
I don't think anybody did, but me, so thanks. Lisa signals for Homish to come out, but he steps into a trap, and the kids gather around him and Lisa.
Wait a minute! We don't have to kill each other!
Now you tell me.
Lisa speaks to the people of Springfield, telling them that they have the power. With all their fighting skills, they could topple Burns.
Or we could do it peacefully at the ballot box.
Ned, that noggin of yours is just what we need.
Now that's what I'm talking about, Barney. They release the children from their fighting box and march to the reservoir.
Right in the back, like the coward I am.
At least he's aware of it. The angry mob reaches the reservoir and they poke a hole in it, releasing the water, but the ground soaks it right up.
We really should have left it in the reservoir.
It was all for nothing. We're doomed.
But then rain comes in and saves the day. Or so they thought.
Well, could be worse.
Stop saying that, Lisa.
Oh God, me and my big mouth. I'm a god in this reality. Sure. Why not?
No wonder they keep making these bad segments with that attitude. Soon you'll see why all of these episodes ended up on the list. Almost no horror or too much horror, but this next one, well, there are no words to describe it. Bart gets Lisa a Transformers car for her birthday without realizing it. The first segment of Treehouse of Horror 19 starts with Bart looking to buy a Christmas gift for Lisa. He goes into a store and sees a 99-cent box of stuff, and he starts looking to see if he can get off by buying something cheap.
Well, I wouldn't give these to my worst enemy, which happens to be Lisa.
But then a truck sitting in the back blinked at Bart.
Girls don't like trucks. Come back when you're something else.
And that doesn't seem weird to him at all? That a toy truck honked all by itself? No, nothing. The truck honks this time, but now it's a pink convertible.
Perfect.
Again, no reaction whatsoever. You deserve what's coming to you with those survival instincts. On Christmas morning, Bart gives Lisa her present, but she's skeptical at first.
I don't know how you could top last year's gift. A box of your burps. Yeah, here's your stocking stuffer.
Typical big brother behavior. Lisa opens her present and sees that it's a Malibu Stacy convertible, but as she was hugging Bart, the car transformed and shot at the angel on top of the Christmas tree. The only one who saw it was Maggie, of course, the one who doesn't speak.
That's right, Maggie. It's a car.
Just give up, Maggie. They're all too blind to see it. That night, while Lisa was sleeping, the Transformers car called all robots to transform.
Wait a minute. We're missing sex toy. Where have you been?
Oh, where haven't I been?
Oh, we don't want to know. The next morning, while Homer was having breakfast, the robots transformed right before his eyes, but he didn't understand what was so different about the kitchen.
Is there something different about the kitchen? No! Well, the toaster's never lied to me before.
And when were you exactly speaking with the toaster before? Homer went to go to work, but when he got into his car, it was transformed.
Hey, Homer, how was your Christmas?
It was okay. I got Seinfeld season 7.
I think this was the most pleasant conversation they ever had. All it took was them hanging out of Transformers' butts. Bart and Lisa come out to see what's happening, and they see, well, that.
I'd say the two alien robot races who've been battling for centuries have chosen our planet.
Sure, why fight on your own territory when you can occupy another planet? Why does that sound oddly familiar? All robots from around Springfield start going out on the streets and fighting with each other.
Stop it! Stop it! Look, you have made the nacho machine cry.
To think of the mess Apu will have to clean up later. As the two robots were about to fight to death, Marge runs over to them and yells at them to stop.
Just because you're mad at each other doesn't mean you have to destroy our town.
She has a valid point. But one of the robots says that her words don't compute.
Really?
It computes a little.
Well, duh. Marge asks them what this whole intergalactic tiff is about, and they reply,
You know, I don't remember.
Neither do I.
How stereotypical. And the writers wonder why people don't enjoy their newer Treehouse of Horrors. The robots come to the conclusion that the non-transformer thing, aka Marge, is right. They thank her for pointing out that it is stupid to fight if they don't know why.
And now that we are not fighting each other, we can team up to enslave your planet.
That's great.
Not so great, Marge. Not so great. Fast forward, we see the robots playing foosball.
Okay, who's the idiot who taught them what foosball was?
I thought they might enjoy it.
They might, but I don't think you will. And now a segment with just too much horror. Some might say I'm hard to please, but I just know how I like my Simpsons. Sideshow Bob finally kills Bart, but of course, that wasn't enough. So he brought him back to life and killed him again and again. The first segment of Treehouse of Horror 26, Wanted Dead, Then Alive, starts with Bart getting a text from Milhouse saying there's something he needs to see in Mr. Largo's classroom. So Bart goes to check it out.
Something's wrong. That music is in tune.
And since the only person in town with any musical talent is Sideshow Bob, it wasn't hard to see it was him all along, texting from Milhouse's phone. Bart gets cocky and starts teasing Bob about not being able to kill him.
You couldn't kill me with that thing if I drew an X on my forehead.
Bart, I wouldn't be so confident. Bob shoots him, not in the X on his head, but rather his chest. Bart says he's sure Bob made some mistake, because he always does.
Not this time.
Tell my father he's fat.
Because even in death, Bart has to remind Homer of the painfully obvious facts. Sideshow Bob is glowing with happiness, and he says that
24 years of trying to kill a 10-year-old child have finally paid off.
The math isn't mathing. Bob starts playing with Bart's corpse, and it's very disturbing to watch. Honestly, one of the few times they went too far.
A votre santé. You wouldn't know, but that means to your health, of which you have none.
Oh, he's sick. Bob hears someone at the door, and it's Homer and Santa's little helper searching for Bart. Homer asks Bob, "Where's Bart?" And Bob pretends like he doesn't know who Homer's talking about.
There's Bart!
Well, I suppose that does look damning. But have you seen this? Ooh.
As if we didn't know they had a love-hate relationship. Homer tells Santa's little helper that Bob's cool and they should move on to the next suspect.
Well, I better check it out.
Hey, you never know. Bob realizes that he's getting bored of dead Bart, and that now it's time to move on to his post-Bartum phase. Since Bob had many years of failed murder attempts, he became a professor at university, but turns out that life wasn't for him. Bob is starting to get angry with all the Game of Thrones references.
I was a fool to think I'd find solace amongst these moronic, Snapchatting, gap-yearing.
That's college students for you today. Bob says that the only thing that has made him happy in his life was killing Bart, so he comes up with a plan to bring Bart back, so he can kill him film all over again.
And now, Bart, let's bring the old spark back to our special relationship.
He's truly deranged. Bob kills and brings Bart back to life again and again for days, until Lisa and Santa's little helper find dismembered Bart.
I knew it was Bob. Even when they tried and executed Jailbird, I knew it was Bob.
Wow, the US should really work on their justice system. The whole family breaks into Bob's basement, and they see Bart laying on the table in pieces.
Reanimate? This animation looks good enough to me.
Marge tells Homer to pull the lever immediately.
I've been pulling levers all day.
Sure, leave your son like that. We have time. Homer pulls the lever and Bart comes back to life.
Wow, for once I was sober at Bart's birth.
Hey, at least now you have something to show for. But then Bob comes down the stairs talking on the phone with the police, saying he has intruders in his basement and asking,
Have I the right to shoot?
Oh, yeah. And you can wear blue jeans to a Broadway show. Everything's different now.
Good. Only the most important information is being exchanged. Homer knocks Bob over with a lamp, and Lisa quickly reanimates it.
That's for trying to frame Krusty!
What about all the times you tried to kill me?
I guess that's less important to Homer. Bart asks Marge if he could have custody of Bob's body, since he's the one who suffered the most from him.
Normally, I'd say no, but you have been showing responsibility with the dog lately, so fine.
Great parenting. You should write a book, Marge. Bart pulls all sorts of different animal parts along with his booger on Bob, and he reanimates him.
Any questions?
Yes, what are you supposed to be again?
A full professor!
I bet that tenure is slow. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below with your least favorite Treehouse of Horror segment.